Okay, I received my welder today. This is the Eastwood MIG 250. It was on sale. They had a 15% off sale, so I got it for $765 plus I think it was $25 shipping. So it's pretty much the most powerful MIG welder that company makes, and I researched online, various websites like Harbor Freight and Northern Tool, and somebody on Subnet recommended this company, so I checked it out, and this welder actually had really good reviews. It'll do 250 amps with a 60% duty cycle, and it'll work off 120 volts or 240. It'll weld aluminum. It'll also weld, what is it they called? Yeah, I can't remember, but has this nifty chart up here that kind of helps you pick out the right voltage and wire speed. So I'll be using this. Yeah, the kit for the Saab control arm repair, I believe they recommend 0.035 wire. Let's see, wire size. Yeah, that one right there. Whoops. 0.035. So I wanted to get a welder that could do that, and this was the only one that could do that wire size. So that's why I got the really powerful welder. And I'm not going to do flux core. I'm going to be doing solid wire. So you can see right there, steel. And yeah, I'm going to be using 240 volts. So let's see, it's going to be, yeah, so let's see what kind of components we got here. It's got this little regulator for the argon and CO2. And we've got the torch. Came with some wire. I'm not sure what size that is. Came with like a really flimsy mask. I have another mask, so I'm not going to use this, but it's, I don't know if they're like required by law to include a mask, but this is like, it's hard to believe they included something that's so flimsy. But it came with this little brush, instruction manual, and let's see, we've got some kind of gas hookups. I'm not sure what that handle is there. It'll use 4-inch or 8-inch spools. So you can see right now there's an adapter on it. I believe that's for an 8-inch spool. So you have to take that off if you're going to use a 4-inch. That's pretty cool. So it also came with, that is the grounding plug, and this thing over here, it's kind of dark down here, but this is just a extension cord. So if you want to plug it into 120, then you would use this. And it requires, if you use 120 volts, it has to be a 20 amp circuit, so that's like, I don't know what, 2400 watts, something like that. So not all houses, I believe, are going to have that available, but I've got a 50 amp 240 hookup in the garage, so I'll be using that. I also bought this little sheet metal gauge on Eastwood's website, and I did measure the rust kit. You can see it sitting right here. This is the kit that I got from autorust.com. So this metal, let's see what it is. Looks like, yeah, it's .0937, which is 13 gauge. I don't know if that's substantial or not, but I guess I can check this one out too. Yeah, that looks like the same size. These are the vertical parts, and that's the bottom. So, give you a shot around the side here. It's got a circuit breaker back here. And some information there. MIG 250. And the controls. See, MIG gun or spool gun. If you're going to weld aluminum, you have to use a spool gun. So there's a switch for that. So we got the volts, and this is infinitely adjustable. So I think the ones at Harbor Freight, it kind of clicks between the different voltage zones, but this it's just continuous. Then over here we've got the wire speed, which is also continuous. And looks like that's where the torch plugs in. And I'm not sure what the other stuff, that's probably the ground, yeah. Let's see, what does that say? Wire, okay, so there's the wire size it'll handle. It'll weld up to 1/2 inch steel, that's pretty cool. And it's 60% duty cycle at 250 amps, that's great. So, yep, I've used a stick welder a good deal, but I've never MIG welded, so hopefully this will be pretty easy to pick up. Yep, so that's it.